Is it?
The oxygen garden's my favorite part of any ship. Green, full, natural.
Uh-huh. And full of angry bees. Actually, there don't appear to be any bees here. What do we got? We got more fans. Oh, these fans are spinning slowly. So we won't be launching any pheromone grenades into them. Body engulfed in vines. The vines surround this body so completely that you're surprised when you notice it still draws breath. Unconscious, this soul must have been resting here for a while, unless the vines grew incredibly quickly. Okay, we'll check that out in a moment. There's a corpse up there. Donald Fryer, protocol officer. Frank Flurry, bartender. That's a person, huh? I see a skull. Doorway. Where are we supposed to go in here? Bridge and observation platform. Alright. Oh. No, I thought I saw a staircase. I don't know. Let's check out the body engulfed in vines. Can we get John absorbed into the garden? Oh, we got something. Is that a flare? Yep, that's a flare. So that's, what's her name? From the journal. Where can we go from here? Well, first question.
Nah,
okay.
That's ridiculous.
Kind of hoping we could make him eat the flare or something. Oh, we can go over here. I thought that was impenetrable on account of all the greenery. Grayson Wendell, cook. What are you reacting to? This? Eleanor Way? She is encrusted with fungus and vines, the human nerve center for the twisting growths around her. Appallingly, she is still alive. Oh no, can we talk to her? Oh, Eleanor, that's who. That's who, you know, the journal, the PDA. You know what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I dropped my drill somewhere.
I could get you out. I could cut you free.
No, John. Well, since you asked nicely. Come on, John, you already killed one person. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Let's look around first. Ew, stagnant water. Drink it! Let's grab this PDA. Alright, we'll do a little reading. The Lord is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and great in loving kindness. The Lord is good to all. I simply wish his kindness had extended to Chelsea. The galley chef told me that a few of the other crew members are uncomfortable with having an ARG patient on staff. Don't know what that means. I asked if her work was in any way below standard, at which point he grew uncomfortable and admitted exactly as I thought. No, she was a superb worker, but his team were uncomfortable with her anyway. Being a geneticist and a Christian may appear contradictory to most, but that is their burden, not mine. I believe in grace and mercy. It wasn't Chelsea's fault she was born an ARG baby. James, my ex-husband, blamed me. James wanted her terminated, and when I refused, he packed up and left. That suits me. I'd rather be without an unloving husband and father than without my beautiful child. And she is. She is beautiful. A gift from God. And for a shift full of the most supposedly forward-thinking people in the galaxy, their aversion to her condition repulses me. What is an ARG? Did we already get that information? Oh, look, she's got a little icon stuck to her PDA. Tolerance and patience are virtues greatly praised by the Lord, but aboard the Groom Lake I find my stores of both these virtues sorely tested. That's because you work with monsters. I discovered through one of my subordinates that a new shipment arrived on board a few days ago, destined for Project Seed. My disapproval of the dangers of Seed are no secret. Considering the size of the shipment and the clear attempt to cut me out of the loop regarding the delivery, I suspect some of my colleagues are trying to mask the precise nature of what it is that has arrived. If it is as I suspect, there will be no, and I mean no, lengths I will not go to in order to depose Dr. Milan. Kane Corporation is a company for the promotion of the sciences, not for the sinister schemes and unprincipled ambitions of individuals. See, that's where you're wrong. I have moral issues with Kane and their weapons research. It tests my faith, but Kane's medical breakthroughs have changed the world. And my world, too. It's because of Kane-created research that Chelsea is even alive. This is why I do what I do. I work in genetics to find cures for my dearest Chelsea and others like her, not for money. It's my job to put things right for her. You were too good to be consumed by fungus. Not that anyone deserves to be consumed by fungus. I had lunch with Dr. Gray this afternoon. He is an odious little man and utterly misanthropic. But if you need somebody to talk about Project Seed, then there are few people who give up information more easily. His ego easily outweighs his sense of confidentiality. Project leaders and project members are not allowed to discuss details of individual projects, but he can't resist himself. Nevertheless, he revealed disturbing details. I'm aware of our sample origins. We need human genetic material in order to develop cures for human beings. It's a hard truth, but there's paperwork, permission forms, and contracts that create the supply. That shipment has none of those things. They're children. In all your great mercy, how could you let Milan, that unholy monster, do this? It's taken months, but finally, I found a young cargo worker named Danica Boxer. We've met Danica already. What's left of her? She was referred to me by Dr. Tenshu, such a sweet girl. It seems the cargo was a combination of adults and children, all of whom were acquired through illegal channels for use in genetic research. I did not agree to this. I'll leave this place and take Chelsea with me before I spend 1 minute more working for a company that endorses the use of children in research. There are not enough words to describe the soulless creatures that did this. Revenge? I don't believe in revenge. Beloved, never avenge yourself, but leave it to the wrath of God, for it is written, "Vengeance is mine. I will repay," says the Lord. November 26th, we're almost up to go time here. Where is she? The creatures are attacking in full force. The screams are over the radio. They're dying. They're all dying. I hear them scuttle through the vents. See the blood they spill and spray over the walls. Chelsea, Chelsea, please bring her to me. I'm trapped in hydroponics. Please let my little girl find me. Oh, this is a voice note, apparently. Okay, I was hoping that maybe if I clicked voice note, it would play it for us, but no, it's just a block of text. I can see Chelsea inches from me, lifeless. I contemplated taking my own life as she died just before my eyes. When those creatures attacked, the crew sealed off parts of the ship and I was left trapped in hydroponics. That fungus got to me and now it's inside, profaning my body, its nerves wrapped around my cerebral cortex. I can feel it move. I try to move my arms, but it won't let me. It's making me watch the fungus consume my baby girl. I must watch and pray for the end to come. So then it does not depend on the man who wills or the man who runs, but on God who has mercy. Okay, from Dr. Gray to Dr. Way. Regarding a meal they had together, I think we already read about this. Your comments are most flattering. I suspect, however, that a promotion isn't forthcoming because of the lack of attention paid to our section. Ignorance is frustrating. Our lack of understanding of what takes place at the top of this food chain is of great irritation to me. A common complaint I have about my own workplace, which is hypothetically much less sinister than this one. You do seem to be pushing relentlessly for information about this cargo, though, and I'm somewhat uncomfortable discussing it any further. I fear I may already have said too much. For the sake of your career, my dear, I'd suggest discontinuing your pursuit. You're a fine geneticist and are clearly one of the most talented people on this ship. Don't let it go to waste. And then Dr. Tenshu to Dr. Way. We've read the other half of this conversation. Dr. Way, I know that you're a spiritual woman and at times receive a great deal of criticism for this, but I feel I can speak to nobody else. I'm well known for my positivity and cheerfulness, and I believe I've earned my nickname, Dr. Gray's Smile. That's not a nickname. I am haunted by what I'm hearing on this ship and wonder if perhaps it's merely induced by my own fears. Oh, to hell with it, I'll ask you straight out. Do you believe in ghosts? You may think that I'm being ridiculous or delusional, but I can hear things, children crying deep in the bowels of the ship. I work many late nights, and I'm convinced that I can hear crying through the vents. Where are these sounds coming from? I did hear rumors that before the Groom Lake was refitted, a group of children were brought on board, and their quarters were on this deck. There was a malfunction with the heating units and, well, they all died. I don't want to seem like I'm wasting your time, but I enjoyed our talk yesterday and your open-mindedness about matters of the soul. Kind regards, Akiza. Okay, how shall we kill you, Eleanor? Planting. Can we feed to her the flare? Will that accomplish something? Let's drop a save. Drop a little saverino right over here. Okay.
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you end this. But you need to help me first.
Shades of Fallout here. Everybody remembers Harold.
I don't need you to leave. I need you to crack this flare. The oxygen will ignite. Then you will die.
Oh, right, because we just let a whole bunch of oxygen into the room. Hey, wait for us to leave first, would you? She can stop making that noise whenever she wants to. Oh, okay, he's just going to run out of there on his own. She didn't even wait for us to get clear. All right. You know, this is a spaceship. We probably shouldn't go starting fires.
Extreme external temperatures detected. Plug suit has regulated body temperature to benchmark level.
The fire systems just went haywire over here, John.
It's fine, it was a mercy
What did
killing.
you do?
I cleared the vines.
With a flamethrower.
No, much cooler than that.
Fire in Oxygen Gardens 1, 3, 5, 6, 9.
How much of our oxygen did we just burn up? Can this be fixed?
Fire in Oxygen Gardens 2, 7, 8.
Kind of seeming like no.
Fire suppression system activated. Warning. Fire suppression system compromised. Warning.
Oh.
Shit. Oxygen production has been compromised. Are the biomes still intact?
No. No.
Oh, God, please don't say you burned them out.
Just the one on this level.
It's caused a chain reaction, John.
Obviously.
We're all going up. We have a time limit now. Hours at most.
Get my daughter right now.
You had to wait for that fire to stop burning first. Oh, well, we got an achievement for doing that. Oh. Oh, very dramatic. Run! Run through the fire, John! Wait, can I get him killed here? Flames from the milking room. Oh, I see. We have to use this. Right, because the vines were stopping the elevator from working. No, don't stop the dramatic music. Crank it up, come on. Yeah!
You little shit. What have you done?
You're not even a real villain.
Listen to me.
Fire cleansers. Mr. Maracek, I'm gonna make sure you burn for what you and your friends have done to me. To my home.
Who are you?
I have nothing to do with this.
You won't get much further. Goodbye.
What is he gonna drop us down the shaft?
She's here. Where is Rebecca?
She's in the containment area at the other end of Seed.
Okay, what do we got here? We got some tools. Oh, okay, maybe we shouldn't step on that.
Expanded.
What do we got? What do we got?
It's expanding. That place scares me.
High temperature slug gun.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Hold that thought. Actually gonna drop another save over here, I think. Okay. Because I bet we can do something with this real quick. Oh yeah, you better believe we can. Let's see what the high temperature slug gun does to John. Excuse me. Excuse me? John? Maybe we need to load it first? Power pad, can I... No, I can't electrocute him. I'm doing my best here. Closed power cell housing. What are we actually interacting with? He's walking away from it? Okay. Okay, looks like we need to unlock that. Okay, we can leave over here, so I guess we'll do that. Could use some more of that dramatic music.
Yellow thing, hepatotoxicity is at an elevated level.
The what? Oh. Okay. Unexpected. Okay, let's try that again. I don't see anything else to interact with here, so let me get a better look at this area over here. Can I just
Yellow thing, hepatotoxicity is at an elevated level.
Ah, the robot is patrolling. If I stand here, am I okay? Okay, cool. Oh, it's coming this way. We're going to go into the birthing laboratory.
The words. I can't.
I regret going into the birthing laboratory.
What do you see?
What kind of a monster would do this? These poor women.
I think there was a
This is
Warhammer story about this.
torture. This is...
Science.
We should kill everything in here, right? A bloated fetus, but more importantly, a portable defibrillator.
Defibrillator. And it looks like it's fully charged.
I'm sorry, this is extremely tragic, but there's a portable defibrillator that's fully charged.
I don't think this will...
Really?
I don't know what I was thinking.
What? What do you mean we can't kill him with the portable defibrillator? Alright, we got a terminal that we can use. Can we look at the fetuses?
They don't look human.
Hybrids?
I can't tell.
An organic pulsating fluid sac holds the fetus. An external placenta. There is something noticeably peculiar about this artificial placenta. On closer inspection, there are tiny ragged apertures across its surface, almost as if it's been eaten at from within. Calmness about the suspended womb, pungent smell of amniotic fluid, sac of organic matter, pulsating movement. Fluid sac rocks gently to and fro. Engorged placenta. Enlarged fetus sac. You didn't have to do a separate description for each one. We got some gurneys. Bunch of machinery. Like the offspring birth on a Suriname toad's back. You didn't have to bring that up. You didn't have to bring that up. We got a power cell here. Can we... Oh, wait. She's trying to communicate, but her words are little more than slurred vowels. Her throat is dry, and she is clearly extremely weak. Can we talk to her?
These women must have families. And lives.
What did you take from her?
Can't do anything for them now.
John, what did you rip off of
Soon
her?
the ship will run out of oxygen. They won't be in pain for much longer.
A second in this
A bandage,
place is
okay.
more torture than anyone should bear.
Why did you take her bandage? Why did you do that? Okay, we can loot the other two, too. Seated in the...
I'm here to help. I'm gonna help you. Just close your eyes.
Seated in the chair is a woman in her mid-30s, head shaved, limbs atrophied, tumescent in pregnancy. She's connected to a machine that feeds and sedates her. Can we also loot her?
Don't worry. I'm here.
No, but we can reassure her.
I'm gonna help you. Soon you'll be out of here. This is just a bad dream.
You sure about that, John? What about this one? I wonder what the bandage is going to be for.
Just breathe in and out. Soon you'll wake up from this.
Oh, cool. They have a mister going to keep them hydrated. Okay, let's see if I can yoink out this power cell here. Nope, we need a key for that. Okay, then let's mess with this terminal. Ooh, seed reports. Okay. Boy, okay. For the eyes of the Kane Board of Directors only, SEED is an attempt to create the ultimate super soldier by, in simple terms, activating junk strands of human DNA. Of course it's a super soldier project, why wouldn't it be? Also, I'm not convinced there is such a thing as junk DNA. Over the years, the human genome has shed or made dormant certain strands of its own DNA sequence for various evolutionary reasons. Professor Salam Garand observed that certain dormant parts of these genes were not so much junk as they were potential. That is, genetic information contained and completely sublimated by a dominant gene. There we go. Professor Garand engineered an early life form based on this original theory by introducing these identified genetic strands in the early stages of embryo formation. The initial concept was intriguing, but his ultimate result was a group of uncontrollable animalistic creatures. Version 6 of this proposal is to update these same dormant genes into the human makeup by use of genetic splicing, thereby introducing desirable physical and mental characteristics over a generation to produce fast-learning, hard-to-kill, and utterly ruthless soldiers. How'd that work out for you, Dr. Milan? Okay, report 1. Her vital signs are steady, certain hormonal levels are extremely high, but I'm countering this with the judicious administration of depressants in each case. Survival chances, very high. She is young, healthy, and there are no signs of any infections or complications capable of disrupting the birth. Recommendations: keep under observation, prepare for phase 1 treatment. Horrifying. Report 2. The subject, despite her promising early progress, appears to be failing. Supposition is that she cannot withstand the foreign genetic structure that is being fused into her body. Go figure! Typical signs of rejection are being displayed. Recommendations: observe for an additional 24 hours. If there are no signs of improvement, then termination and disposal of the patient is recommended. This is what happens when you do science without ethics. Report 3. The subject is progressing well as being aesthetically attractive. Dude, come on! She has all of the other genetic traits required. Initial concerns about her suitability, voiced by Dr. Milan chiefly due to the number of her sexual partners, have been proven unfounded. She will be a perfect carrier. The hybrid DNA is fusing to my satisfaction. Apart from a small amount of pain, her body appears to be coping with the adjustments. I have prescribed her a steady dose of anesthetic to keep her subdued and comfortable. That was Backman. Williams, Backman, and here's Dr. Milan. Hybrid subject number 302. Since delivery, hybrid subject 302 has been kept inside an incubator. Due to its respiratory distress, assisted breathing is required. Cardiac arrest has occurred, and the use of automated external defibrillators has been required to revive the child. I deduce that the conditions and sickliness are due to the late molecular bonding between hybrid and host DNA in the mother. A weak nervous system is also highly likely in this case, but the subject's regenerative abilities can be stimulated with steroids. Conclusion: the child is weak, but will survive. The mother is suitable for continued breeding. Okay. That was awful. What do we do about it? Can I... Fluids, hello. The smell of almonds. Is that what amniotic fluid smells like? Am I missing something here? I'm going to try to use the high-temperature slug gun on one of these women.
Maybe. No.
Defib?
No.
Nope, okay.
Crazy.
Then I'm going to save real quick. And we're going to try to make a dash across the walkway here into that other doorway. The mutagen laboratory. Fantastic. We gotta get rid of that robot. I don't want to be in here. Can that noise stop, actually? A PDA. We're gonna examine the room before we read the PDA. I need that sound to stop. Conjoined mass. One of the failed experiments, a lump of organs held together by wrinkled skin, bone poke through the flesh in spots. Okay, I've got to make that stop.
How can we allow this?
Ah!
This
More
is
reading.
the purpose of the group lane.
Let me out, let me out.
It's not there. People can't see it, so they don't care.
What if
Preserved conjoined twins.
So what?
A standard-looking human skeleton. Conjoined twin hybrids. Why are there so many of these? Okay, so this is where they put the failures. Pulsating mass of flesh and bone. More than one PDA. Oh man, that noise. Hang on.
If they were more open, this wouldn't happen.
To who? The people? Governments?
Other corporations.
What cost?
Devs, why did you put that noise in the background here?
Humanity, I suppose.
Let me get out of here real quick. And then we're gonna go back in. Nope. That didn't stop the noise. Alright, we're gonna make this fast. Read the PDAs. Here we go. Okay, I'm just gonna leave these up here. We're gonna scroll through these. Y'all can mute that sound if you want, because I won't be talking for the immediate future. Oh man, that was awful. That was one of the worst experiences of my life. Hey devs, what was the point of that? What was the point of trapping us in there with that noise and all that reading? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna turn around and go back in there. I'm gonna cut the background noise. Okay, so now it'll just bother me while I look around at the rest of this. Because I think there's a lot more reading to do in here. Let's have a look at this terminal. Report by Dr. C. Williams. During the autopsy of Hybrid 604, there were signs of renal failure. It appears the kidneys were unable to process the amino acids required for the breakdown in nutrients. The damage to the liver, stomach, and intestines show the same degenerative patterns. Reason. It is possible that the report of the mother giving birth 3 months prior was an error. Comment. Further reports regarding the failure of the mutagenic compounds will be finalized later. Now, is this image of a gun shooting a power cell relevant? Guess we'll find out, huh? Another terminal. I'm so angry at the devs right now. Hybrid Reject C. Subject died during birth. It can only be surmised the death was due to a failing in the host, as all reports and tests leading up to the birth showed no signs of fetal defect. Upon further investigation of the woman's medical history, it was noted that she experienced complications when giving birth to a child previously. This host would not have been used had this been highlighted. In light of her medical history, I now assume this was the cause of the fetal distress and death of the subject. Note, host is being kept alive and has undergone 1 transfusion. Recommendation, revoke host's life support order and dispose of body with Hybrid Reject C. Looks like we got 1 more terminal to read here. There's a power cell over there. Read the terminal, John. I want to get out of here. I can still hear that noise. Hybrid Reject 811. A highly unusual form of rejection such has not been observed before manifested in this hybrid. It is entirely possible that the mutagenic compounds used to synthesize the hybrid DNA was faulty in this particular instance. Usually, with any rejection, there is a sign of an initial bonding and then a breakdown, but in this case there was absolutely no bonding attempted whatsoever. Given the thoroughness with which we create the DNA, I suspect that the centrifuge machine for this particular batch was faulty. Repair and a maintenance check of the machine is ordered immediately. Recommendation, destroy what remains, and also destroy the fetus. So the upshot here of all this is that the laboratory here, the back lab, is staffed by just the worst of humanity. Liquid nitrogen canister. Take it. Okay, what do I do with it? Can we eat it? I think our inventory is full. No, okay. And again, this. What am I supposed to do here? Okay. I'm going to go back outside. I'm going to go across to the other lab real quick. Okay, sorry about that. I know that was a less than optimal. The sound isn't better in here, is it? The crying women here is not ideal. We need to get rid of that robot. Let's go back out in the corridor. Can it see us if we're standing here? That's the question. Platform. Sink? What about that? Is that... This looks like it should be fatal, but is it going to ignore us because we ripped out our PDT? Another power pad. Okay, the robot stops there. If I walk out behind the crate... I'm gonna just stand... Nope, nope. I'm gonna stand... He won't go exactly where I want him to go. We gotta wait for the robot to come back now. Super. Okay. Then we should be able to walk behind the robot, right? Nope. Nope. I did a bad. But we got an achievement for it, so it's fine. Oh. Hey. There's a sink over here, too. Oh, and this one we can interact with. Hey, can I, like... Can I just, like, flood the place? And then, can I...
This isn't gonna work.
Well, not with that attitude. Again? Oh, wait. It's draining. Huh. Obviously it's draining. Stuff the bandage down the drain. Like when people stuff toilet paper into a urinal. Now, we turn the sink on. Yes? Yes! We wait for the robot. I'm not sure this should work. Still... What? Oh, I see. We got a little bit of rain. There. Zap it, John! Waited too long. Okay, we gotta wait for it to come back. Good thing the water sparkles to show us where it is. This section's gonna be super annoying to edit. And zap it! Aha! Got it. Can I have my bandage back? Black Void. The shapeless maw of the unlit void. What is that?
Easy does it. God, just eat it.
What did we get? Did we take its gun, perhaps? We took Twisted Metal. That's a different game, I'm sorry. He can't use it on himself. Alright. Okay, well with that done, we're going to drop another save. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to walk him straight through this thing. No, he won't go? He won't go. He's too smart for me. Oh, that's up above us anyway. We never could have gotten there. There we go. I was trying to get somewhere that wasn't reachable. Okay, locked airlock, power pad, sink.
Warning. The oxygen atmosphere generating system is no longer functioning. Product failure is imminent.
Product failure. Can I use this sink? No. Power pad. Oh! Interesting. What have I done? I'm gonna run through here now. Run through there. Okay. So this is locked. Oh, I know. Now we can use the Twisted Metal to unlock those power cells, right? Let's give it a shot. I think there was one out here. Before we go back into the labs. Yeah, power pad. Well, that doesn't help us. No, here we go. It's this, the closed power cell housing.
I don't think that'll work.
No? Oi! So if we stand on this, it tries to charge.
This isn't going to work.
Not with that attitude. What's the liquid nitrogen canister for? Is that Omega symbol relevant?
I can't see it working like that.
Well, I don't know what this game wants. Okay, so here's a thought that I had. Remember we found that one, what was it, a PDA or whatever? It had a picture of a gun shooting a what I thought was a battery. What if that battery was actually this liquid nitrogen canister? use...
It doesn't work like that.
Are you sure? I mean, do I have to, like... Well...
No, that won't
Okay,
work.
well, we have to... Well, let's try something a little more conventional. I really want to go through this, but it's not an interactable object. We can't touch it. There isn't even a doorway over here. But what if I... Aha! What if we just explode a door? We haven't done that yet. I'm gonna save again. Just dropping a lot of saves here. I was told this was like a 10-hour game. I think we're actually fairly close to being done here. Can I blow him up? Can I use this like this? Oh no, he steps back to a safe distance. Why couldn't you do that to your head, John? That's what I wanted you to do. That was actually pretty cool. I wouldn't have minded doing that to one of the monsters. But sure, a door's good, I guess. Alright, here we go. Nope, I regret coming in here. Every room is worse than the last room here. Strapped down hybrid, a frighteningly thin creature courtesy of Kane Corporation. Can we interact with these?
They're almost human. Especially their eyes.
Yeah, well, almost isn't quite.
Don't get too close.
What's Taya's thing here? She's not good, right? She's a bad guy of some kind. It's moving but seems to be unaware of its surroundings, or it could simply have accepted its fate. Can we talk to any of you? Oh, wait. Bone mending glue. Oof, ouch, my bones. Emaciated, starving organism. Ugh. Ooh, healthy organism. The creature strains at its bindings. It seems healthy, though judging by the fury in its eyes, it's far from pleased. Release it!
This shit is straight out of the eugenics war. I taught this in my history class. All of this research will be lost. Does that mean that this was for nothing?
It might be okay if this was for nothing this time. Maybe this doesn't need to be anything. Conjoined hybrid fused at the spine. Its heads frequently scan the room. I don't like that. Terminal, another PDA. Alright, I can read another PDA. Why not? Okay, Dr. Charlotte Williams. Oh, Francis, I still lie awake at night thinking of you. You haunt my dreams, my nightmares, and my fantasies. We found love, dear. Even when we worked in Kane's Sydney lab creating viral strains that could turn a human inside out, we loved and made love. Ours was a match made in heaven. We worked on only the most exciting viruses and pathogens. Our work together was a Mozart requiem, a piece of perfection. My work is now a pale imitation of what it was once. Oh, Francis. This is, if you remember the silent PDAs from the other room, this is the doctor that guy was bragging about having sex with. How long ago was it now? It must be 10 years, but it feels like only yesterday. Would you all keep quiet, please? You were too sick to transfer to the Groom Lake when I did. You died just as I took up my post, but don't fret, my angel. I've begun concocting a way of bringing you back to life. I always called you my little Frankenstein. Do you remember? Shredding the boundary between life and death was always your ultimate goal. Well, now, with Project Seed entering its final phase, my plans can finally be put into practice. Fantastic! Looking forward to it. This is what you wanted to do? This is your life's work. You think this is a thing worth doing? Okay. The laboratories are off limits between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., so that's when I work. Naturally, I prepare all the calculations and machine settings in my quarters. I keep the subject under a false name in one of the pods. So far, not even Dr. Milan knows what I'm doing. Is it her husband? Each major laboratory operation I perform takes no more than an hour. A husband, partner was what he called him. I'm not sure if that's like a romantic partner or like a work partner. I always erase the machine records at the end of each one. I'm using your DNA, my darling. With the enhanced regenerative abilities of the genetic material we've already synthesized for Seed, you will be reborn, but you'll be impervious to physical degeneration, immune to sickness and pain. I have done what you would have wanted and made you perfect, and when you step healthy, unblemished, and reconstituted from your glass womb, you'll never leave me again. This feels like unhealthy codependence. Things have felt strange lately. My work continues, but I swear, darling Francis, I can feel you watching me. I'm trying to work longer hours to complete the new and reborn you, but it's not easy. Marvin has already had a look at some of my work, I'm sure, as if he'd have any concept of what I'm trying to achieve anyway. I still wonder, my darling, why you cursed me as you died. You know it was an accident. I know you remember that. It wasn't murder. I've never committed a murder, not even when we tested that pathogen on those troublesome neighbors. It was an experiment. Science without ethics. How were we to know they'd choke to death on their own innards? I suppose death was a possibility, but that's science. I fear for your continued life. I'm afraid Milan knows. Who else knows? Have they contaminated you? I will run— Shut up! All of you shut up! I will run extra tests to make sure your code is not flawed or altered in any way. I'm anxious. I've started scratching my arms badly. At this rate, I may end up looking like that leper's toad Backman. Hey, he thinks he's hot stuff. I read his PDA. My dearest Francis, I have failed you. Milan knows. He confronted me about it directly. He wants me to make you just like them. I cannot have you crawling on all fours like some dog in the street. The very idea offends me. I will protect you with my life. You will be reborn. I swear this on my life. Where is Charlotte? Is she in the room with us now? Is one of these Charlotte? Is one of these Francis? Let's use this terminal. Oh, hey, there's something on the floor there. Hi. It has fallen from the operating table only to crawl around in aimless peregrination. No doubt delirium. Peregrination is an unnecessarily big word for this, my friends. Growth reports. Lana. Host Tara McCormick. Yep, we've met Tara, or seen what's left of her. Rambunctious. Subject appears to have inherited her mother's powerful physical build and latent aggression. Lana has the makings of an excellent alpha female candidate. Move Lana to a group cell, as isolation appears to promote irritability. Daryl. Willow Brody. I don't know if we've met Nurse Brody. I think we found evidence of her. Quiet but intelligent. Attempted to pick the lock on his cell yesterday, but failed to escape. Excellent puzzle-solving skills, and while not especially aggressive, has a strong build. A thinker, clearly. Frederick. Marie Maxwell, non-crew member caterer from Phobos. I don't know that we've met Marie. Subject shows little of his mother's solid frame, but is a superb hunter. Stalks and learns tactics by observing the others. Appears to be developing a strong tactical mind. I think we've met Frederick. I think we've been stalked by Frederick. Nay. Ellen Marichek. Space tourist. One to watch. Cunning. Extraordinarily fast and dangerous. Appears to prefer isolation as attempted pairings result in fatalities. Takes an alpha role easily, dominates the other novi. A definite candidate for Lana's mate. She's here somewhere. How do we can go over here. Hello, honey? Oh, what? Strapped down creature. Squirms in its... Let me look at it. In its medical restraints, great black eyes and a sunken gray face with malice. Okay, so that's like a scanner. That's not the creature itself. That we at least have that going for us. Nice support. 2 more PDAs! Devs, come on. You're killing me here. This is all gigantic computers. Look at this. Old style reel-to-reel? Terminals that we can't interact with. Let's just walk on up to it. Can we? A glass wall. Stained top to bottom with an unpleasant array of sticky, dried substances. I hate that. Okay, we're gonna read this PDA.
Don't go any further. I'm warning you now.
Are you in the room with us right now?
How could you do this?
I do with my children as I see fit.
It's barbaric.
Spare me the pity of the righteous. Your daughter owes her life to me.
Is that our daughter on the table?
Rebecca.
ARG was good on this ship, Mr. Marichek. Cancer, HIV, Ebola. I eliminated them all. Her life is mine to do it as I choose.
I'm gonna shoot you into space.
I know about everything, Johnny boy. I know about your daughter and all about your wife.
Yeah, well, I know all about your mom.
You are accountable.
Jammed his signal, John. We need to hurry. We're close.
Who are you? Okay, I'm gonna look at this PDA. This better not be a gigantic block of text. This is Milan's PDA, though, so we will read it. The new year begins, the wheel turns, and the Groom Lake continues to lead the vanguard of scientific discovery for all of humankind. Yet I feel dissatisfied. Even as the peons who work under me celebrate the new year, I wonder, why? Why would you celebrate such an asinine concept as an outdated Gregorian calendar on a ship that's currently swimming through the depths of space? I want to punch you in the mouth so badly. The reason is clear. Comfort. They fear the unknown, the alien, the impossible. I do not. I embrace the unforgiving cosmos. Honey, could you be quiet, please? Daddy's reading. I embrace the unforgiving cosmos with open arms. The problem with the research we do is the humans doing it, constrained as they are by conscience, remorse, and sometimes even fear. We try to grasp the infinite and give it a framework that ill-fits its cosmic splendor. Somebody beat this guy up. This is my 10th year as Special Projects Director for Kane Corporation. Despite my discoveries and quests for knowledge, I'm held back at every turn by paperwork, moralizing scientists, and that group of degenerate toadies that I sit on the board with. If I were rid of them, then my word would be God. My word, not the word of a corporation. Still, they have their uses. The research is funded by Kane, and the Groom Lake is kept running by the money and personnel they provide. But the time will come when all this changes. You mark my words. I'm inundated with emails from all departments about inconsistencies with storage and contaminated samples. This grand masquerade is sometimes more tedious than it's actually worth. Worst of all was Dr. Way and that technician, Miss Callister, is it? I normally make short work of such troublemakers, but it hardly seems worthwhile. Troublemakers must be allowed to make trouble, because if they disappear, that legitimizes their claims, and somebody will always take up the fallen crusader's torch. That's actually extremely perceptive of him. Dr. Backman's tendencies are becoming harder to restrain. I'm well aware of his shortcomings. The old man is as brilliant as he is deranged, yet manages to go about his work with a sociopathic glee. He's useful to have around. He has requested more bodies for seed, specifically more women who were recently pregnant. That is problematic, as we have few such women on board, and imports are not easy to come by. Yeah, it's the supply, not the ethics, that's the issue here. We may have to play this one under the radar. That fool, Dr. Gray, complained yet again about his beloved insects becoming more aggressive as a result of the power outages. So what? Let them spill out onto the decks as far as I'm concerned. The importance of seed outranks the hydroponics project by 1,000 to 1. I do like playing chess with Dr. Gray, of course. I win every time. A little fact he's unlikely to tell everyone, although he does seem quite happy to contact anyone who's interested with the opinion that he'd be the next best candidate for my job. Sebastian, you could not handle what I do. If you believe otherwise, then you're as great a fool as I imagine you to be. When the day that I foresee comes, your rotting corpse will be under my feet, and I will laugh. He's gonna make a nice carpet. How many more of these are there? We're on July 4th. It ends on Christmas. Dr. Williams is still under the delusion that I don't know about her personal research. Officially, it's illegal for staff to conduct their own research, but this is interesting. Recreating her dead lover in the form of a hybrid? How fascinating! If it works, I'll make use of it. If it doesn't, then I'll burn. It'll burn with the rest of the rejects. The woman is obsessed, and I know that DeSantos is playing no small part in feeding her delusions. I know her secret research won't cause me any problems, or I would never have allowed her on Project Seed. So, it seems contaminated waste from the corpse disposal overspill is contaminating the ship. It's causing fungal growths, or so my various drones tell me. The fungus is a riveting proposition, though. While I'm angry at Dr. Backman for terminating more subjects than strictly necessary, these unintended side effects are fascinating. I intimated as much to Dr. Gray and of course stroked his ego with hints of promotion and glory. He'll keep the fungus alive. The engineers want it destroyed, but I'm sure we can delay that. This experiment is becoming more engaging by the day, and I haven't even had to lift a finger. So while they clog up my inbox with demands and Rome burns, I plan to play the violin. You think you're Nero? We're more than secure here anyway, and this has a certain inevitability about it. I must record the daily developments as the experiment grows. It is as I foresaw. Panic, destruction, and mayhem, and yet Seed continues apace. Once the fervor and the flame dies down, we'll sweep the decks of detritus and repurpose all of it for my beautiful hybrid creations. No more growing plants for the good of mankind. God is no longer in the machine, my friends. I am God. And Christmas Day. My beautiful children have excelled themselves. Oh, that's nice. They kill, they learn, they adapt. Oh, kids. A primal species without any of the trappings of morality. You ruined it. It's their time now. They almost came to be once many years ago, but were snuffed out by humanity, afraid of its natural successors. This systematic extermination was given a name: the Eugenics Wars. The public knew it as corporate warfare. In truth, it was a coordinated genocide. Humanity wasn't ready for Professor Garun's astounding discovery and sought to destroy it. His work was not perfect, of course. That's where I came in. I spent most of my life as part of Kane, trying to access Professor Garun's original work. Old man Kane pushed me to the top because we shared an ideal: the utilization of science for the perfection of humanity. Where we differed were the methods by which this was to be achieved. Not that he had much more to say after I held that pillow to his face as he lay in his hospital bed. All for a higher purpose. Creation of our species from raw subjects will become impossible now that the crew are dead, dying, or unclean, but that's hardly an issue. Any subjects who were flawed or imperfect have been turned into the fertilizer that will nurture the perfection of the surviving race. Now the challenge is moving the Groom Lake out of range of any other ships. No one can be allowed to escape this ship alive. Any good, strong survivors will become members of the new race. I am their creator. I control. I transcend. DeSantos, I'm so very disappointed in you. A distress signal? I thought we were of one mind here in Seed. I'll castrate and destroy you for this betrayal. Your flawed body is hardly worthy of becoming one of my children, but for now I must turn off this accursed signal. You cannot hide from me, Marvin. Okay. Of course he has the longest PDA. Alright, I'm not gonna read this one. We're just gonna scroll. I'm so tired of reading. Robert Lincoln, I don't know who that is. Okay, so apparently Robert Lincoln was some kind of corporate investigator. I think we heard about that earlier. Okay, open power cell housing. Surgical laser. Can we kill this thing? Okay, well we need the power cells, right? Bone mending glue. Wonder what the bone mending glue is for.
Maybe. No, that won't work.
Surgical laser. We can't operate that. There's no, like... The terminals are over here and we can't use them. Can I just use the slug gun to...
That's just crazy.
Okay. Bone mending glue?
Probably not a good idea.
What am I supposed to do here? Enclosure stands empty. Yeah, well, I know where the power cells are, but how do I get them? Glass wall. Any chance we can break that with our twisted metal?
I think that'll just break it.
That's the idea. That's what I want you to do, John. Alright, here we go.